Okay, Taurus, we're going to do your monthly read for March. We're going to do a simple cross reading. Okay, so you in the reading is going to be the King of Pentacles. So that means that you really have been operating from this place of mastery over your physical environment. So that could mean over your resources, over cultivating the kind of lifestyle that you want. And the King, you're making decisions that support that. In your crossing energy, you've got the Nine of Cups. So to me, that's usually a card of inner knowing and inner satisfaction with where you are in like an emotional, spiritual sort of place. So usually that can point towards like the step before you're sharing that with other people. It's more inner. So as a crossing energy, for that King of Pentacles, I would say that's something to do with your cultivation of your lifestyle, and the space that you have around you is very apparent to other people, but the spiritual and inner emotional part of that is kept to yourself a little more, and that there may be a place where those two things are meeting that can either cause a little confusion or be something that's just coming up for you this month as something that maybe isn't quite aligned yet. As far as recent past, you've got the Queen of Swords. So that means that you've been working through some mental boundary work as far as what you want to show other people and what is important to you to keep to yourself, in like more of a theoretical mind space sort of way, what you want to communicate to others and what you want to keep sort of on your own. What you're moving into is the Hermit. That's an energy really of wanting to pursue your own knowing. And the idea is that it's a lone journey. It's not something that can be done any other way than looking inward. And that makes sense, as going from the Queen into the Hermit is really what's setting you into that mode. Is you realize that there are things that you need to communicate to other people to support yourself. But that is channeling you into this hermit mode of thinking about what do those needs reflect about who I am? What do those needs reflect about what kind of values I'm pursuing? What does that mean to me when I have boundaries set with certain people or certain groups? How does that support me, and what does that show about who I am? Is that something that I want to cultivate, or something that I'm doing for someone else? Am I doing it for me? Or what's that basis that I'm working off of? That's what the Hermit is really investigating that. As far as your focus for the month in your situation, you've got the Sun, which is a really joyful energy. What it really speaks to is not like, oh, I'm happy all the time. It's really about having that Sun centrality to how you approach situations. So keeping yourself guided and centered on the things that give you joy and the things that are important to you, is what the sun is about. Not so much like a veneer of happiness, but a centrality of happiness that radiates out from you. So it's a great thing to focus on. In your unconscious or subconscious sort of mindset, you've got the Eight of Swords. Usually what that points to is situations that you are working through mentally, that you're really focusing on one line of thinking of how things are going, and you're getting yourself into a smaller and smaller box with it. In this image, this person is tied up. They've got this fence of swords around them, and really that fence of swords is representing this line of thinking that is hemming them in. So really that's about taking a step back from your thought process and sort of tracing the line. Are you tracing the line around yourself? If you take the blindfold off and step back, can you see the architecture of your thinking that has got you into this really small space? Because that's a self-limiting sort of mindset that can, just stem the flow of energy in a way that, is a self-hindrance. As far as your focus in the situation, as far as the energy you're bringing to it, you've got the Four of Pentacles. To me, that's an energy of a little bit of duality of knowing what you want, and being able to identify that. But sometimes when it's in this four mode, it is like a grasping for stability in a way that really keeps, as you can see, that person is got their hands, their feet, their head all focused in this situation only. They have no room to grow, no room to move, no room to flex. So, it's like when you're stuck sitting in a car for many hours, it's not that sitting there is bad. It's just when that stability turns into stagnancy that you can run into discomfort. As far as the energy around you, you've got the Two of Wands. So it seems to me that you don't have any wands in your overall situation. So there may be people around you that are focused on pursuits, really focused on what they maybe want to do alongside you, maybe what, maybe you're seeing them, people in your friend group, people in your work, co-worker kind of atmosphere who are real pursuers. And you're sort of just like catching eyes on that, like what's that about? Really, I'm, focused on this internal and external stability, and that might just be perking your ears up a little bit, that there's a different way to engage that has more about passionate pursuits of new things. And I can tell from this hopes and fears card that might be something that is like confronting you a little bit, that you, this could be really a 50-50 hope and fear for you, that you can identify by seeing other people do these things that like, that could be cool. That could be something that you want, but also it could be in that fear realm where it's like, starting a new project, like, I just feel like I just got to this stability that I wanted. Like, why would I jeopardize that for a new project? Why don't I just hold on to what I've got and like do that forever? But I think what this hope and fear card is really asking you to do is to just take a look at it, be interested, be curious in why these things are pinging for you. If you weren't interested, you wouldn't have this, you know, being interested in what you notice is a great way to look back into what's pinging for you about that. Your potential outcome card is this 9 of Pentacles, which is really wonderful energy and really resonates a lot with the other, your central card, the King of Pentacles. It's all about cultivating the area around you, cultivating the lifestyle that you desire, and recognizing that you deserve that and more. So I do think that this points to an overall success in what you're looking to achieve. I do like that the 9 of Pentacles also points to a more active cultivation aspect of the lifestyle that you want, and that, in this situation, this person really has the mobility to decide what they want to do with the resources that they have, which is a great place to be coming from a 4 of Pentacles mindset. So I see that pointing to that 4 of Pentacles really shifting up into a more harmonious expression of that need to cultivate your environment. We're going to look at the bottom of the deck just to take a look and see another possible outcome. Okay, so I love this 2 to Ace to 5 progression. I think that is sort of showing some options for what could be on the horizon if you're interested in either pursuing some sort of wand style action, like pursuing a new dream, pursuing a new avenue of fulfillment. When you get to the 5, it's really about mixing it up with other people, trying new things, seeing how the chips are going to fall, is all about that, accepting that risk level and understanding that that is what generates creativity. That is what generates new possibilities that you can't really generate from static positions. We're just going to do 3 more cards just as a little clarification of that difference between the 9 and the 5 up there, just to see some more clarity on them. Okay, we've got the Mage, the 2 of Pentacles, and the 6 of Wands. So fantastic. I really think what this is pointing towards in this 9 of Pentacle, 5 of Wands atmosphere with the Magician is that you control what your options are. There's not a one or the other. You, as the Magician, you have control over all the different aspects of the situation, the Wand aspects and the Pentacle aspects. What it takes is being game to experience them. So 2 of Pentacles really points to, like, there are going to be ups and downs. There's going to be dynamic situations that come up from these things. The 6 of Wands really points to that 5 translating into something that has meaning for you. The 6 of Wands is about a recognizable benchmark in what you're trying to achieve. And not only you being able to see that, but other people being able to see that too. So I think with the 5 to 6, it means that the situations that are possible with how you have to be creative, that might involve other people, the 6 shows that the fruits of that will be evident to those other people that you're mixing it up with too. So overall, really exciting reading. And I think overall it's pointing towards follow that sun thought process into your wand exploration.